You've probably been staying away from the TV lately because of all the nonsense going on about Michael Cohen. This is the most shocking, horrible thing that's ever happened in the history of the human race. It is all nonsense. What's important here is what Cohen did not say. Cohen's previous conviction had nothing to do with anything. It was about his taxi business and his taxes, usually probably just to get leverage over him. What he pled guilty to yesterday was lying to Congress about when he approached the Russians for permission and negotiated the deal to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. And he says that he lied on his own. He said he looked at the calendar. He knew that it would be unseemly in some reason for this to have taken place while Trump is running. So he predated it, and he said it was beforehand. He doesn't say Trump knew about that. He doesn't say that he asked Trump. He said he just did it on his own because you cover for the boss, and that made sense. Believe me, if there was more to this story, the prosecutor Mueller would have gotten it. They interviewed Cohen for 70 hours. They had the leverage of his sentencing for his taxi and tax issues over his head. And if they were not able to squeeze out of him an admission that he consulted Trump before he lied about the dates, we can take it pretty well on faith that he never did consult with Trump about it. And Michael Cohen was a pretty sophisticated lawyer in the Trump operation, and doing that kind of thing to cover for his boss would be kind of routine. And let's remember that nothing he did or nothing Trump would have done if he had known about that was illegal. It's perfectly legitimate for a guy who's a private businessman, even if he's running for president, to do a real estate deal anywhere he wants. Perfectly reasonable to go to Russia and do that. Perfectly reasonable to go ahead. And Trump's not telling the American people the truth about it is not an impeachable offense. It's not even a crime. Obviously, he wanted to avoid the implication that there was some collusion with Russia going on in this real estate deal. And there wasn't. If there were, Mueller would have it. So the important thing is not what Cohen said and Mueller said, but what was not said, that there was any connection of this at all to do with Donald Trump. And it's perfectly credible that there would be no connection. The other really important thing that he did not say was he did not plead to any of the facts in the dossier where he is the central figure. Eileen and I had a conversation with Michael Cohen when we were writing our book, Rogue Spooks. We spoke to him for about 2 hours over a period of 2 or 3 days. And he was emphatic with us, as he apparently was with Mueller, because Mueller did not squeeze anything else out of him. That he has never been to the Czech Republic, did not go to Prague. On the dates in question, he was visiting colleges in connection with his children. That his only trip to Europe was to Rome, where he spent a few days with his family and another couple, and they can prove that he was there and did not make a side trip to Prague. He doesn't know any of the people he was alleged to have met with in Prague, and wasn't involved in any way in setting up a channel for the meddling in the collection by Russia. Now, in effect, what the indictment of Cohen does is it attests to the veracity of all of that. Because if it were not true, it would have been in the indictment that was handed down and he pled guilty to yesterday. It's almost like he took the world's best lie detector test and was approved by the FBI of not having done all this stuff. So far, Mueller has 2 convictions with a couple of week sentences for each, W-E-E-K, and no proof of any involvement with Trump. Manafort's separate. That's what he did in his own business. So, come on. What you got, Mueller? Thanks for watching.